G'day guys. We're a bit of a time frame today. I only got a very limited time up here with the horses, so I thought today might be a good opportunity to do an intro of George and of Taz, who are going to be featuring in most of the videos that I do. Some of you might already know a little bit about their backgrounds if you've been following me for a little bit or if you know me. But for those who don't, or for those who might need some knowledge gaps filled in, I will give you the rundown. Now, this fidgety fella right next to me is George. He has been in for a little bit and he is telling me he is done and he would like to go back out and eat snacks. He's been without his lucerne for a little bit, and that is the most egregious sin in the world according to George, who loves his food. So, George is a 5-year-old thoroughbred. He's about 17.1, I think. Just a bit of a guess, but he's a big, tall, leggy boy. And I have had him since November last year. He had a couple of race starts and jump outs, and then he did a suspensory ligament and was sold to Nicola, who I bought him from. Nicola was lovely and did his box rest and 12 to 18 months of just paddock rest and rehab, and then decided that she needed to move him on. So he went and did 6 weeks with a restarter. Really kind of basic stuff. It's lovely young girl, but basically she just jumped on, kicked him along and said, off you go, you can be a riding horse now. So very, very basic work, but he was under saddle when I got him. And he's basically a restarter. He didn't know how to turn, doesn't know how to stop, doesn't know how to soften to the reins, and he's super weak in the body. So at the moment, we're literally just working on walk and trot stuff because he can just barely keep himself upright half the time. He's still, you know, a young guy. He's probably still, he's definitely still growing at 5. So we'll just take it slow. He's going to be a nice slow burn. I did set out to go and buy myself something that was a little bit older and easier, and I came home with George, so that tells you how good I am at shopping for horses. But yeah, we've ended up with this guy. It is taking a little bit of time for us to click under saddle, I will say. I love him so much. He's so sweet and so easy to do anything with on the ground, and he's never set a foot wrong under saddle, but I can feel there's a little bit of worry and a little bit of tension there, and because he's such a big dopey dude, he kind of just sort of leans into pressure, so I don't sometimes feel like I have a lot to work with. But he is getting better all the time, and I haven't really had a huge good run of working with him. He is so done with being inside. So I think it's just, going to be one of those things where we'll just chip away, and then one day I'll look back and go, things are feeling really great with George. Nice full body shot here. I'm surprised he'll actually let me. Don't mind the rug rubs. He just can't seem to get those gone at the moment, despite frequently changing rugs and whatnot. But the body worker tells me that because of his angular sort of phase of being at the moment, that he's probably going to be pretty prone to those rubs. And we've got his little injury that I showed you in the last video nice and bandaged up so that he can't knock it again. I am determined to get this thing fixed once and for all. So that's George. Moving on from that handsome fellow, we'll go to another handsome fellow here. If he'll put his head up, he's desperately looking for his snacks, which are also all gone. Tazzy. So Tazzy is 4.5 now. I've had him since he was 4 months old. And you guys might know that I bought him from Tasmania, hence the name. He came from a really lovely lady called Sandra. And 4 months old, I purchased him and brought him home at 6 months once he was weaned. So I've had him for a really long time, and we've just been chipping away at things. Let me try and actually get a shot with him so that you're not just looking at my ugly mug and his bum. Excuse me. Okay. There we go. He is a warmblood. He is by Franklin and out of who's he out of? He's out of a Benicio mare, a Benicio Royal Blend mare. Really lovely bred horse. He got gold classified at the Hanoverian classification. I did have a thought about trying to keep him intact for a while, and I tried, but I had to move him off property from here because it's not set up for stallions. And where he was, most loveliest girl in the world that owned the property, but he was just in a little paddock by himself and he was just so miserable and bored. And I thought, who am I really doing this for? And it wasn't for him, so I decided to geld him and bring him back, and he's living a much happier life. He is just getting, I would say that he's in the process of being started, but it's kind of not really true. I'm sort of just plugging away on bits and pieces with him. So he's getting his mouthing done. He's worn a bridle in a bit, but I'm not working in one at the moment. I'm just working him in a side pull. He's had a saddle on, he's been sat on, but he's just so immature in the brain and in the body. He's got loads of growing to do. So it's really just, all of these things are just a different form of playing with him, and one day it's all just going to come together and he'll be a riding horse before I know it. Full body shot of Tassie there for you, nice and fluffy. He did get clipped earlier in the season, but he has grown out great guns and I'm not bothering to clip him again. He's probably 16.1 or something now. I expect him to get to maybe 16.3-ish. His knees are still super open, the wither hasn't even begun to spring up and open out. So yeah, Tassie is another slow burn. So hence why it made so much sense for me to go out and buy another young horse in George, but that's how we've done it. So there you have it. So that's it, guys. That's a quick rundown on the two young boys. They've both just come in for some in-hand work today. George, I was going to ride, but he told me that he was feeling a little bit touchy in his girth area on the right side. So I decided just to give him a little gentle in-hand and lunge and nice stretchy trot work, which he did super at. And then Tassie came in just for a little bit of the same, and I practiced a little bit with his, just using my hand as like the leg aid on his side, and he did really well, and lined him up to the mounting block and put a leg over and gave him lots of scratches, and he did super. I don't know if you can tell, but it's really windy in Melbourne here today. Not as bad as it was yesterday, but not ideal. And you know, with young horses, things can exacerbate pretty quickly, but they've both done super and I'm really proud of them. So I will keep you updated as they progress, as I've promised in the previous video, and I'll catch you in the next one.